Yeah, had a fantastic win. Fantastic night in general up in Belfast. It was like a home away from home for me. Anybody that was friends, family were there to support me. Anybody that meant something to me were there for me. So it was great to have the support up there and the drive to bring me on to victory, you know.
Now, you were coming in here for a good few weeks before the fight. Talk to me about when you got to Belfast. What happened the day before the fight?
So I finished up in Dublin Thursday afternoon, and I just done a light session. So done 2 rounds on the bags, 2 rounds on the pads, bit of stretching, cool out, and just kind of watched the weight. I got to Belfast Thursday evening, and then I got a phone call off my manager to say that my opponent won't be in till Saturday morning, that I don't need to weigh in until Saturday morning, but to go down to Friday for the official weigh-in to get a few pictures and whatever done. So I went down Friday, and then the promoter who was actually running the show came up to me and said that I could weigh in now and I wouldn't have to weigh in Saturday. So that was great. So I weighed in on the money Friday morning. I was making the weight fairly easy. I was boxing light heavy, which is a weight division that I just said I'd fight at for my first fight. But when it came to weighing in, getting a few pictures, that was done on Friday morning. Got to have a nice pasta dish after. Then I was delighted. A bit of chicken and bacon in with it as well. It was lovely. And then I just went back to the hotel, and I chilled out Friday for the rest of the day. Got plenty of water into me and hydrated. And then got ready for the job on Saturday night then, and it was just kind of zone in and just look at the job ahead of me, you know, stay focused.
Now the fight starts. Talk me through the fight. Round 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So I arrived at the venue just before kind of everybody else was starting to get there at about 4 o'clock, and I met my coach and 2 of my stable mates came up with me. Came up with my coach to support me. So we went off to a different hotel. We got a cup of coffee and a cup of tea, sat down there, and just kind of left everything kind of build up. I was the 6th fight of the night. There was eight bouts on the night, so I was the 6th fight. So I came in, show was just about to start, went straight into the dressing room, and I stayed in there until the fight was ready to take place. I suppose I was the calmest and most relaxed fighter I have ever been as an amateur and a professional now. I was so calm, so relaxed going to the ring. It didn't even feel like I was going to the ring. I was kind of nearly referring that I was going to the cinema with the lads. I was that calm, you know. I got in the first round. They called my name, played my own walkout music. It was something different that I was never really experienced before. I got into the ring and I was just so focused and so zoned in. And that's all thanks to my trainer, really. Like he had me working well. He had me just basically so relaxed and so to the point that just go in and box, you know, just go in and do what you do, see what he's like in the first round, and we'll take it from there. And then I just kept stepping it up, 2nd and 3rd and 4th round. That was it then, and just boxed really well. And I was so calm in the ring that it made me look like I was kind of a seasoned pro than someone that was making their debut, you know, someone that had 5 or 6 fights under the belt. And that was down to other promoters and other people in the hall at the time telling me that that's what I looked like, you know. I didn't have that debut look on me, you know. So I was pleased with that. I was pleased with my performance, and I was pleased with everything. So delighted.
Bring in Lisa.
Hi, Matt. I'm Mammy.
A proud Mammy?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely proud. You know, Matt, as you know, I've been in here loads of times with Rhys. We've been working together for years. You know, I suppose I'm Mammy at home, but when it comes to the boxing, I'm, you know, his manager, I suppose, if you like. I do all the sponsorship and I help him with that side of it, because that's the side of the boxing that people go to the shows and they watch the show, but they don't see all the background work, and it is tough. It's tough for a young lad to have to deal with sorting out money and tickets and sponsorship and financial help, and it's huge. Like, there are huge expenses, Matt, and like, I really have to thank the people of Tramore and businesses, old friends of mine that came forward to help him, and put money down on the table, if you like, and people that bought tickets, like his friends, the support, Matt, that he had up there, like, you think about it, it's from one end of the country to the other, and these lads are apprentices. They're working they spent their hard-earned money, and they came up and they supported him. They descended on Belfast from Friday night, and the atmosphere was electric. Even in the hotel before we left, there was a buzz, and the hotel were fantastic. They let us take over, if you like, and it was absolutely amazing. His friends were buzzing, and they hadn't seen Rhys fight, I suppose, too, back in in the amateur days, and everyone is on board, even people that couldn't make it and that wanted to be there, and the expense was huge, Matt, yourself. But other than that, we have been buzzing, but we're coming back down now, back down to earth, and back down to the graph, because he's now started an apprenticeship and himself, and this is where the work is done now, Matt. It's building on this. Like, he got the rounds in. He wasn't in there for the knockout. He was in there to get the experience, build the stamina, working on getting the rounds in. And that's what's important. This is what's going to make him the boxer that he will become. I mean, I'm supporting a dream that he's had all his life. If you can't beat him, Matt, you got to join him. And that's where I am. Now, I have to say, I was a bit nervous, and I was worried about the whole, I suppose, the excitement and the nerves, and I was just worried myself that, about the nervousness. But when I saw him come out, when the music was played, such a fitting song for him now, Matt, and he came out, and I looked at him and I said, no, he's going to be fine. He's calm. And when he got into the ring, I could just see that he was absolutely focused. And then after that, it was just fantastic.
Incredible. Yeah, that fantastic night followed after.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell the story now. We're all in the hotel, and we're eating chips, and we're all standing around having the crack, and the next minute the phone is flashing, my phone, they're all going, it's Matt Keane! Matt Keane's ringing! and as you know, the crack that we had with you, Matt, we were so thrilled to have you, to ring, that you were thinking of us at that time, we were chuffed now, I have to say.
No, it was absolutely fantastic. Obvious question, Rhys, we're sworn to secrecy at this stage, but a big one may be coming up in the pipeline, hopefully.
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about that now, Matt.
No, look, I've had my couple of days off. To be honest with you, after my fight Saturday, I came home Sunday evening. Monday morning I wanted to go off for a run and go back to the gym. I'm more buzzed than ever now. I was focused before, but it's nearly like double the buzz now. I'm just so looking forward to getting back in the ring already. I felt like I had another 6 gears to go through. I know they only say you're only in first gear, but I really do feel like I have gears upon gears left in me. I felt like I was so chilled out in my last fight that I can't wait to step it up another step in my second fight. So yeah, Matt, I have something in the pipeline.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, so
listen,
look, big news coming soon.
Yeah, fantastic. We'll have more about that next week. Lisa, last question to you. Have you been walking on air since you came back to Belfast, or walking on the ground? And imagine the former.
I've been floating around now, Matt. Yeah, it was hard enough. The drive home on Sunday was surreal. And then Monday was like, wow, this is happening. We're at the start of it all now. This is where it all begins. So I probably took a breather for a few days, and like you said, there was news filtering through, and I was thinking, oh my God, I thought I might get some me time. So it's not going to happen. I'll be back out there. And like I said, people have been great, but people have come forward now and said, look, we want a piece of this now. We want to help out, which is absolutely amazing, because like I said, it's huge expense. It's, Matt, Rhys is on the S scheme for professional athletes that can't work full time because they need to train, and it's fantastic. That's only a new thing. It's only come in, I think, this year or last year. And the glamorous side of the boxing is you go to London, St John's Park, and Rhys could be there serving you your milk and your bread. So he's, like I said, in an apprenticeship. He's a long way from I suppose being, making loads of money and all that kind of thing. But he's not in it for the money. He's in it for the love of the boxing. He loves the boxing, and whatever comes, and it will come, I suppose. But it's a long way coming, and there's a lot of hard work to do before we get there. So we are buzzing and we're excited, but we have to now get focused again. Focus on the next fight, and keep level head, and stay on the level. Pretty much.
Pretty much so, yeah. Lovely to have you in again, Lisa. Brilliant.
Thanks, Matt.
Brilliant. Last word to yourself, Rhys.
Look, Matt, it's always a pleasure coming in here, but as she just hit it on the head there, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because I love it, and it's been my life, and I've had an attitude. I've always had a good attitude, but in the same time, I'm in here to fight, I'm not in here to make a quick buck, or to go around and say, oh yeah, I've done this, I've done that. I want to achieve my dreams, which is become a world champion, and that's what I'm here to do. So I'm going to take these first few years slow, and then after that, then it's go time for me. Then really, I'm going to start wanting titles. So
brilliant stuff indeed. Lisa,
before we go, Matt, you cannot beat live boxing.
Hey!